We go through 12 different lessons in M3 Mastermind. And in each lesson, it's important that you understand what it is that you're going after. Because if you're just listening to the lessons and you're not going for anything, um, then they'll make sense to you, but they're not going to be directly applicable in your life. So you really need to understand how to choose your big goal and how to set that big goal up. So the first thing that I want to explain to you is I want to explain decision. And that might sound a little funny. Like, why would I be talking about decision in order to set a big goal? But stick with me here because once you understand what decision really is, because we're not taught how to make a decision in school, in life, most of us have never been taught how to make a decision and what decision means. Once you understand what that is, you're going to understand why it's such an important word for you to set your big goal. What's the correct way to decide how to make a decision? And by the way, the root word of decision is decider or decis, and decide is side. And so when you get down to the root of what it is, it means to cut off from. So if you're thinking about a fork in the road, think about that. You can't go right and left. You have to cut off from one side in order to choose the other side. And that's exactly the way that we approach what we're doing in our big goals and how to reach those big goals. You have to cut off from something. So cis, like scissors or incision, it means to cut. Side means to kill, like homicide or things of those nature, pesticide, herbicide. All the side means to kill. It means you're killing the other options. So this is really important because we don't understand that in order to move forward toward what it is that you want to do, you're going to need to kill all other options, and you're also going to need to kill where you used to be. You can't get to second base with one foot on first base. So you must understand what decision truly means. And the way that we have default learned to make a decision is to weigh the options, as we put it. Now, you have to think of life in this type of a fashion. The options in life are infinite. If you step outside right now, you can, who knows, you can get in your car, you can get a speeding ticket, you can have a lovely drive, you could have somebody pull you over, you might get a phone call from, you see, the options are infinite. You really can't predict exactly what's going to happen in your life because the options, the amount of things that can happen in your life are infinite. So, really, when we default to weighing the options, that's not going to work because we can't look through every infinite option. We can just go through a couple, but anything is possible. Well, what we call those in coaching, those options, we call those frequencies. And those frequencies are infinite. And you have to think of them as lines, like the lines on this page here. They're all hooked up one into the other. One is connected to the other. Everything is continually hooked up. And those frequencies are infinite. So, what you've got to think about is you down here, you are thinking and operating on a frequency right now that is giving you particular results in your life. Whether that's make $50,000 a year or who knows what it is, 20,000, $100,000, whatever the results are that are showing up in your life, that's exactly the frequency that you are thinking and feeling and operating on. 96 to 90%, 98% of your day is coming from subconscious. Subconscious is feeling, and that's a vibration that you're emitting. That's programming that you have. So you're getting results that are in harmony with that frequency right there. That's you. But here's the thing, you know that you want something else. Maybe you want to turn your yearly salary into your monthly salary. Maybe you want to get a vacation home. Maybe you want greater relationships in your life or with your family. Maybe you want to really increase your health and fitness. Whatever that is, you have to understand that that is a place. Now, think of it this way, people that are earning $50,000 a year are not having the same thoughts of people that are earning $500,000 a year or $5 million a year. Those two people are thinking, acting, and operating in a different way. And that's all that it is. It's learning how to emit a frequency so that that becomes part of your life. So you understand that where you are now is a place, and where you want to go, whatever you decide that is also a place. Now, here's the thing, this is why it's so important to understand what decision is. When you're making a decision, you're saying, oh, by the way, the options are infinite. So that popped up there. You're saying, I'm going to go there. When you're weighing the options, when I get something in place, that's the key. Is you're holding back and you're saying when I get the thing in place. So when you're waiting back down there at you for the thing to show up in your life, it never shows up. So you wind up back down here as you because you're waiting for something to show up before you make the decision to go get what you want. It doesn't matter if it's time, it doesn't matter if it's money, it doesn't matter whatever. You don't need to wait, because if you wait for whatever it is that you're trying to do to show up before you make the decision to do it, well, that sounds a little crazy, right? It's not going to show up that way for you. So when the things don't show up and we make decisions that way, especially big decisions in our life about how to change our life, um, what happens is they don't show up because we never made the decision to go after the goal. We didn't know how to make a decision. And then your goal begins to fade away and you start to believe that that's not possible for you. So that's the wrong way to make a decision. And it's far too complicated. Weigh the options. Am I in? Am I out? Am I in? Am I out? I'm not sure. Here's the simple way of making decision that's going to change everything for you and exactly what it is that you want to achieve. You're going to give yourself permission to go after what you want. And I'm going to show you how to do it right now. The correct way to decide to cut off from all other options. Understand the word now. The root word, de kaiterer, means to cut off from. You are down here. You're vibrating on that frequency and you are emitting that frequency, which is getting you those results. Your goal is up there. And all you've got to do is understand that that's a place. And all you need to do is figure out how to think from that place. This is what's going to get you there. In order to do that, all you've got to do is answer one simple question. Do you want it? Is it something that you want to do? Because in order to do the work that you're going to do, it's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of effort on your part. Big effort, because you're not going to know how to get there. That's the big part of what we're doing too, which I'm going to cover a little bit. We're not going after stuff that we know how to do. We're going after stuff that we don't know how to do because we're meant to grow into the person that does that goal, that becomes the person that can produce that goal. So all you have to do is answer one simple question. Do you want it? And if that answer is yes, then you say, I am doing it. That's all. You switch two words, am I doing this, to I am doing this. You're cutting off from all other options and you're pursuing that goal. And it's like a cell phone. Remember, we said everything is frequencies. When you call the number of a cell phone of somebody else that you know, you don't expect any other cell phone to ring. That dials that cell phone number. Well, this is the way of dialing your goal. This is how your goal shows up for you. That orange arrow going across there now is you and your path to your goal, and all the steps for you to get there begin to show up one at a time. But it's only because you understand the word decision. You decided, I'm doing this no matter what. Excuse me. No matter what, I'm doing this. And understand, it sounds like an extreme decision. You say, I'm doing this, I'm climbing that mountain, or you're going to see my dead body on the side. You're either going to see me waving from the top or you're going to see my dead body on the side. Now, that sounds super extreme. Stay with me here, though, because you're trading your life for this. You're trading your life right now for whatever results you're getting. And if those results are not what you want, then why would you be trading your life for that now? None of us know how much time we have left on this earth, and we don't want to waste that time. You want to spend that time going after something that you're absolutely in love with, that you really, really want, that will change your life in an immense way, that'll make a massive difference for you, your family, those around you, your loved ones. And you want to be able to make the decision the right way. I'm doing it. That's all. And then your goal starts to show up for you. So here's the other thing. We have three categories of goals, and it's important that we understand this here as we set them. We have A goals, B goals, and C goals. A goals is just doing what you know how to do. That's where most of the world lives. It's really important that you understand that. Most of the world set A goals. It's almost like a shopping list. You already know how to do it. You can go out and do it, and that's what you do all day long. There's no inspiration in that. It's not bringing you a lot of joy. You just say, oh, I got my work for the day done. Now, B goals is when people start to step out a little bit and do something bigger. B goals are the goals that you think you can do. If you do planning, you get everybody in place, you get everything in place, and you move everything and you do some work. Maybe it's a lot of work, whatever the case may be. This is what you think you can do, and you can plan your steps all the way out to the B goal. Here's the thing with the A goal and the B goal. There is no inspiration in either one. You already know how to do them, and all they're going to get you is more of the same. That's all that they're going to do because they didn't cause any growth in you. You're not going to experience anything bigger in your life. And what you're going to need to do, and that's what this is all about. This is about growing in a way so that you are happy. You live a fulfilled life. Every day your things are showing up for you that you're just absolutely amazed by. That's a heavenly life. It really is. So we take the A goal and the B goal off of the table. They're not even in the equation anymore. We're only going to go after something that we don't know how to do because you're going to have to grow into the person, as I mentioned earlier, that can do that. And it's so important that you understand that. C goals, they come from the fantasy. They come from what do you really want to do? And it's really simple to dig down in this. And what you want to do is you want to get a flow happening from your heart, from your inspiration. And we've got lots of programming that's been set in on us that says, oh, we don't do that anymore. We're kids, we were told to stop fantasizing. Fantasy is just for kids. Well, it's not. And we need to open that back up for us. And we can do it by doing this. Answer these questions to get yourself flowing in terms of what you want to do. If you were to leave this world today, what would be the number one thing that comes to mind that you would feel the worst about not having done in your life? Is it write a book? Is it your health? Is it create the business that you want? Is it create the family that you want, the relationship that you want? What would be the most important thing to you that you didn't get done and you would be so bummed out about by? Okay? Now, here's another way to look at it. If time, if money were no object, if resources were no object, if they were just there, if everything was at your fingertips, how would you spend your days? What would you do? How would you be fulfilled in your life? And that's another way of looking at it. And another way to jog this imagination is who are some of the people that inspire you? Ask yourself, who are some of the people that you look to and you say, I really love what they do. You admire what they do and you admire them. And what is it that they do that causes you to feel that way? And ask yourself, would you like to do some of those same things? So get all of this going. And once you get it going, it starts flowing from your head right through your heart, all the way out your hand with your pen on a piece of paper and start jotting it down. Get it down. Get it down. Let it flow. And once you finish with that list and you make that list, you're going to decide which one is the most important to you. That's it. We're just going to pick one. And it's okay just to pick one because the amazing part about it is once you learn, once you accomplish that one, so many of the others that you've listed out all of a sudden start to fall in place as you go. And you're going to see this amazing miracle, whatever you want to label it, happen in your life. And you're going to grow into a person who can do so many of those, but you have to choose one. Think of it again like a fork in the road. You cannot choose this direction and this direction at the same time. So we're going to cut off from one and choose just one. We're going to cut off from all other directions and we're going to choose just one. Now, when that becomes the goal that you're searching, you're looking to do, that becomes the goal that you decide to do. And you see the importance of how I started this decision. The only thing you have to do is to decide, I am doing this no matter what. I'm dedicating my life to this and I'm going toward it. And now all the lessons that you go through in M3, as I facilitate and I share with you every Tuesday night, you're going to be able to learn how to take the steps to get there toward your goal. You're going to have that defined out for you, and every lesson is going to be significant for you. So enjoy yourself, enjoy M3. That's what it's been created for. That's why it happened. It's a safe place for us to share what we want to do, the big thing that we have in our heart, and for a group to gather, all of us to support one another in our pursuit of what we really want in this life.